Now, Twitter isn't being sued after all over the breaking of injunctions, but its individual users might be. Lawyers acting for a footballer say they want information about who breached a court order banning allegations that their client had had an affair from being published. But looking at the response on the social networking site, the legal tactic may have backfired, as Victoria MacDonald reports.
If they're worried at Twitter about the legal action against them, then they were not showing it today. Users of the microblogging site continued to post the alleged name of the footballer, and the same alleged name remained on Twitter's trends list all day. We've blacked it out. This top footballer doesn't usually score own goals, but this is beginning to look like one. This Twitter Trend Watch chart shows that when news of the court order was revealed last night at 5 o'clock, there was a massive spike in the times his name was mentioned on the site. At one point, it was at the rate of 16 mentions a minute. In fact, it began to look like a mass online protest. The married footballer, known in court documents as CTB, is said to have had an affair with this woman, Imogen Thomas. He obtained a super-injunction preventing anyone revealing his name. Now lawyers from the firm Schillings have launched proceedings against San Francisco-based Twitter and demanded they hand over account details of users who've posted the footballer's name online. Tonight, a Twitter spokesman said they were unable to comment. But will the legal action work?
Neither the courts nor the claimant are likely to go after the individuals who posted the name. They will go after the money, to put it bluntly, to Twitter and any other media organisation that is allowing, facilitating, as lawyers might say, aiding and abetting all of this. That's where the force of the majesty of the law, as the lawyers would think of it, is likely to fall.
It has thrown wide open the privacy debate and revealed the shared difficulty of enforcing gagging orders. But today, one MP said this was a matter for Parliament and not for judges.
It's very obvious to me that what we've adopted in the last few years is almost a European privacy law, care of the judges. That's what they've interpreted the Act to mean. And I think we need to put that right, put us back where we were as one of the leading examples of freedom of speech in the world, not a leading example of a good place to come for libel tourism.
But even if Twitter does cooperate, the footballer's name is out there for all who choose to look. It's on various websites and also in foreign publications, which have taken great delight at publishing with little risk of being damned.
Well, our technology correspondent Benjamin Cohen is with me now. Has Twitter taken stuff down before?
Yeah, I mean, actually Twitter takes down stuff every day, but in this case it's fraught with issues. When it comes to what they have taken down, they remove links which contain images of child abuse, they remove links to spam, links to viruses, people who have fake accounts posing as celebrities but not saying they're fake accounts, people who have brand trademarks as their name and they don't have any right to. But as far as we know, they've never removed content like this. And as has been alluded to, the injunctions aren't necessarily recognised by US law, where there is a constitutional right to free speech. And it's expected that should Twitter even choose to defend this action, they would point to that. It could, if it wanted to, block the individual who first started this array of tweets about the sportsman. But given they've been reposted hundreds of thousands of times now, as Victoria explained, there's actually very little point doing so.
But that's the assumption, because so many thousands of people have been retweeting this name. The assumption is that Twitter couldn't do anything about it. But you're saying they could. Well, technically, it is possible to stop this happening.
Oh, absolutely. Look, if Twitter chooses to, it can remove whatever it wants to. It's very unlikely to remove stuff for US viewers to read. But when it comes to the UK, it could choose to geo-block the content. So it could say, for example, stop the individual's name being posted in a tweet.
Just in Britain only?
Well, it could if it wanted to. I mean, it could do it globally, but it could do it in the UK by using a simple geo-block. It could stop people searching for that name. It could stop the name appearing in the trends. But if you could write about every single person in the world other than one person, it's pretty clear who's got an injunction. So, in a sense, anything they do is pointless. People might choose to spell the individual's name differently. Whatever Twitter chooses to do, if it chooses to do anything, opens it up to a whole range of issues. Other celebrities might start going after them, saying, please can you remove this content, this content, this content, and this content. So by doing nothing, which is what Twitter have done in this case, it's much safer for them, and it stops them having to create a system which is incredibly costly for them to police.
And there's a real sense that people online are gleeful about this as well, isn't there? But the same sort of standard applies, if you like, that just as sort of, you know, that you might get a high and mighty about saying, well, you know, a sex scandal doesn't matter. In this sense, the breaking of injunctions and the breaking of court orders could matter if it was something more serious.
Yeah, I mean, but there's been other cases where people, you know, the Trafigura case last year, where individuals repeatedly posted something that was the subject of a super injunction. I think what this does reflect is the fact that the rise of Twitter and Facebook and other social media has totally changed the landscape. It means it's very difficult to just simply pull a lid on something. Even if you stop the person who starts spreading a rumour, whether it's true or not, other people will repost it. And this poses huge challenges to the politicians that say, you know, Twitter's running a mockery of the legal system. Maybe it's, you know, some would question whether the legal system needs to catch up with the reality, which is social media that could get very easily out of control.